You will need to demonstrate that you have enough money to support yourself and your dependents once you arrive in Canada. Welcome to immigrate.ai. Proof of funds are often necessary for various immigration programs offered by Canada. Today, we are going to focus on two of the most popular programs, that is work permit and permanent residency. And we will understand how the needs for proof of funds varies between the two. Watch the video till the end to ensure that you have all the information you need to submit the right set of documents for your application. When applying for a work permit in Canada, proof of funds is not always required. The necessity for proof of funds depends on the type of work permit you are applying for. If you have a job offer from a Canadian employer, you generally do not need to provide proof of funds. Your employer's commitment to hiring you and paying you salary serves as sufficient financial assurance. You do not need to show any proof of funds if you have studied in Canada and are eligible for the postgraduate work permit. Spousal Open Work Permit, which is also known as SOWP. As a spouse of a skilled worker or international student, you will need to show that you have enough money to support yourself and your family during your stay in Canada. This is to ensure that you can cover living expenses without needing to rely on public funds. Work permit under Starter Visa program. Your work permit lets you develop your business as an entrepreneur. Please note that this is not an open work permit. You will need to demonstrate that you have enough money to support yourself and your dependents once you arrive in Canada. The amount you need is based on your family size. Remember, if you opt to apply for work permit under the Starter Visa program, the funds required is twice the minimum recommended amount under the PR program, based on your family size. For more details, you can find the link in the description of this video. In summary, proof of funds for work permit is primarily situational. Check specific requirements based on your permit type to ensure you are prepared. If you have more questions, please get in touch with one of our immigration consultants by logging on to immigrate.ai. It is essential for most PR applicants to show proof of funds, but it depends on the type of economic immigration program. Applicants under the Federal Skilled Worker Program and the Federal Skilled Trade Program must provide proof of funds to demonstrate that they can support themselves and their family after arriving in Canada. Yes, you read that right. We are talking again about the Starter Visa program, but this time we are focusing on the PR aspect of the program and not work permit. If you choose not to apply for your work permit, then the funds you need to show is the same as the minimum recommended amount for other PR pathways. Applying under the Canadian Experience class, where you have worked for at least 1 year in Canada, you are not required to show any proof of funds to be eligible for applying for permanent residency under this program. There are a few programs being rolled out by the Canadian government under the permanent residency pathway, so do subscribe to immigrate.ai and stay updated. You can always connect with one of our immigration consultants if you have any queries. IRCC accepts various types of proof of funds to ensure an applicant can support themselves and their family in Canada. I will now break down the core category of documents that you can provide. Consider submitting a combination as evidence of your ability to support your intended purpose of visit. Official bank statements along with balance certificates is the most important and mandatory set of documents to demonstrate your financial stability. This document should include the bank's contact information, the date on which the account was opened. It must show your name as per your passport. The bank statement should show activity for the past 6 months, and the amount required to show as proof of funds should have been maintained for more than 6 months. You should maintain these funds in your account at least until you receive the decision on your application. A fixed deposit, also known as fixed deposit receipt or FDR, is a financial product through which an individual or a company deposits an amount of money in a financial entity during a specific period of time in exchange for remuneration at previously fixed interest rate. In such cases, you can simply provide the FDR, which has all the information of the bank, your details, the principal amount, the stipulated time period, and its future maturity value. Stocks, bonds, debentures, and mutual funds can be furnished as financial documents to further strengthen your proof of funds. You must prove that you can legally access the money whenever required, and there should be no limitation on withdrawing the amount from these investments. A net worth certificate issued by a registered chartered accountant or certified accountant encompasses all immovable assets such as property ownership documents, property or land valuation report, and anything else that is considered an immovable asset can be submitted as a part of your proof of funds. If you are gainfully employed, pay stubs can work as a documents that can legitimize the source of funds in your account. In addition to your pay stub, employment letter that specify your annual salary package will further strengthen your proof of funds. Provident fund statement can also be added as part of your proof of funds documents. If you are an entrepreneur in your home country, adding business certificates, tax returns, and a net worth certificate to your existing checklist of documents for proof of funds can be highly beneficial to your application. So these are the various sources of proof of funds that you can submit to support your application. But please note that immediately accessible liquid funds spanning a period of 6 months or more is mandatory in your checklist for proof of funds. We encourage you to submit proof of funds documents from diverse sources of income, investments, and assets that are accepted by the Canadian government to increase the chances of your application's success. There are a few special considerations to keep in mind when submitting proof of funds. Make sure that the total amount of your proof of funds meets the required amount in Canadian dollars. This amount should reflect in both currencies on your proof of funds letter obtained from a banking institution or the net worth certificate secured from a chartered accountant or a certified accountant. The amount displayed in your proof of funds must remain consistent across all submitted documents. Any significant and recent deposits should be accompanied by supporting documents. Additionally, the proof of funds should be maintained until a decision on your application is made. An important point to note is that this money must be yours. You cannot borrow it from another person. These funds should cover the living expenses for your family for the first year of your stay, even if they are not accompanying you. The required amount varies based on the size of your family. Remember, providing sufficient proof of funds will increase the chances of success of your application. The proof of funds recommended by IRCC keeps changing every year, so it is important to check the latest requirements on their website. Proof of funds for PR is mandatory for most applicants to ensure they can establish themselves financially in Canada without relying on social assistance. You can find the link for the same in the description of this video. This wraps up our video on proof of funds for work permits and permanent residency in Canada. If you need more help, have more questions, or looking to immigrate to Canada and are unable to find the right pathway, our immigration consultants are here to help you. Just log into immigrate.ai and fill in your applications to begin your immigration journey with us. Please like, share, and subscribe to immigrate.ai for more information and updates on Canadian immigration. Thank you for watching and good luck with your application. See you next time.